Hi, my name is Karyn Hurley, and I'm the co-founder of Addiction Training Center. We are an intervention company. We are founded because my colleague and I decided that it was really important for us to train as many people as possible during this opioid addiction and other addictions. I'm here with an amazing woman, Cynthia Weseman, who is the Executive Director of Women Empowering Women. So I'd love for you to tell people about Women Empowering Women.
Thank you very much, Karyn. What a pleasure it was to meet you and find out what you're doing, because it truly aligns with Women Empowering Women. We are a nonprofit organization with a mission to educate women, give them scholarships for higher education who have identified themselves in long-term recovery. But we began over the death of a woman who did not make it. She's not a survivor. And we were founded in 2016 because of that, to try to make a difference because of the deaths that happen. And we have been very successful at empowering women and making a difference. We're at Palm Beach State College and Florida Gulf Coast University right now giving scholarships, have a new chapter over in Fort Myers. But part of our real mission is to educate anybody and everybody, to empower them to feel better about themselves and to make a difference in one another's lives. Because I've personally found that my own recovery has a ripple effect that is far greater, deeper, and wider than the damage that I did when I was active in my substance use disorder. And then coming here and finding you and meeting you and doing the training really took another new level with me because of my own journey. And in speaking with my children, they said, well, why are you doing that training? And I said, because I know my journey is my journey, but it took me 6 times in and out of emergency rooms and psychiatric wards where nobody really knew how to address what was happening with me or how to treat me, and I was full of shame.
Yes.
And I truly feel that once we get a skill set of this interventionist training, we know how to look at people differently and how to treat them differently with that compassion and empathy piece, and to know that there is a solution. I can have things be different. It was bottom lowering every time when I may have wanted to have things change I wanted to have things change long before I hit where I hit.
Yeah, me too.
Right? It's important that people in all walks of life get trained on what the disease of addiction is, how we treat people with it, how we learn to have conversations with people about it, and plant seeds, possibly affect change.
Absolutely. Like many people, I have losses. I'm in recovery as well. I have been in long-term recovery. And my family did not change. I lost my brother in February to an overdose. My parents both, we come from, good Irish people. My parents both were alcoholic. But my family saw the difference in me. My son is a vet, and he was in recovery and is not now, but he likes that I'm in recovery. Mm-hmm. So that says to me that there's hope. One of the reasons that my colleague Scott Jones and I developed this course was that we started seeing things. We got involved with the Sober Task Force. We got involved with people like you. And the more of us that can be out there and educate the communities, educate the public, talk about how to talk to somebody who has a problem. Because that's all you need is a little kindness, some caring, and some training on where to go next. Like you, I ended up in hospitals. Nobody knew what to do with me, so they didn't even understand that I may have a drinking problem, right, that I had a drug problem. They never even mentioned it. Right. It was always something else. Right. So like you, we struggled for a while and then found our way. We'd like people to find their way sooner.
Yes.
And us working together, I'm thrilled. I can't even tell you. The moment I met you, we spoke in the office that day. I went to Women Empowering Women. I sat there and had goosebumps because this is exactly my heart. I am so happy to work with you. I'm so happy to know you. And all that you do, I'm thrilled.
Well, I feel the same way. And for me, I call it divine intervention. It was a divine appointment the day I met you, Because when people empower one another with the tools they need, they feel more comfortable around it. I think that's part of it, is that people are uncomfortable with the conversation to have when they see somebody suffering, they don't understand it. And if we can get them more comfortable with their own language and how they treat other people, how many times I've spoken to groups that aren't in our little niche of recovery, they don't know our language, but they have come up like on the side afterward
and talk,
and tell you something and how can you help? And if they themselves are empowered with the language, we're making a difference.
People are afraid to mention it. They're afraid they're going to do something wrong. They're afraid to move on. And the more we educate people and show them that this is an event, this is a crisis, and someone is already hurting, we can help you.
Exactly.
And if you can open that door to help another human being, many times people will walk through it. And that's what we're here for.
And as I've always said, it's not about... People want to look at the sick and suffering sometimes as of what's wrong with them. And it's not what's wrong with them. It's what happened to you.
That's right.
And that shifts it from coming from a whole different space of understanding and compassion.
Well, then it's not personal. It's not bad. I'm not a bad person. This is what happened to me. And you can fix it.
You can.
You have an answer. We have an answer.
You do.
And that's the whole thing.
And so I'm so appreciative of what you're doing. This is
honored.
like a real mission to... educate us all, and that's what we need, and we'll all be better off for it.
Yes, we will.
So excited to be involved.
So as we work together, we'll do this together.
Make a difference together.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.